I'm Kathleen.
And I'm Charlene.
I'm the daughter.
And I'm the mother, Mom.
We're here this week to discuss symphony halls and concert halls and opera houses. Because
We're in Baltimore.
We're in Baltimore.
Symphony.
We're about to go to the Baltimore Symphony, which you used to play in. And Daddy used to play. That would be my father. And we're going to
let me say one thing. When we were here, this symphony orchestra hall was not here, unfortunately.
This is the Meyer House.
Yes, and
Where did you play? Downtown somewhere?
it was some kind of a theater, I think. I cannot remember what it was called, but it was an old place. The orchestra played there for a long time. This hall is not that old, I don't think.
No, I don't think it's that old because when I lived in New York City and Daddy drove down from Montreal and we came here to, I thought it was like the 50th, and how long has the orchestra been around?
It's been around a while.
75 years? Or no, this is the 75th anniversary, isn't it?
I think it is.
Okay, then it was,
That wasn't 25 years.
No.
It couldn't have been.
well, I don't, maybe it was the 60th or 65th or something. Anyways, we drove down. He stopped in New York and buzzed my door and said, "Hey, you want to go to Baltimore?" So we drove down. This was like at 10 o'clock at night. So we drove down and stayed in some hotel, which I think I know where it is. It's on the outskirts of town. And then the next day we drove into Baltimore and we went to Inner Harbor. They had just built that mall downtown at the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. And then we came in the evening to a concert where I met some of your buddies. Iggy was the clarinet.
He was still playing.
He was still playing, and there was some trombone person who I don't remember his name, but he was really nice. I had a nice conversation with him because they had Carolyn Blackwell sing.
Oh, yes.
And she did the Bell song from Lakme.
Oh, really?
And I was talking to him about the singing because she wasn't totally perfect. But anyways, I don't know. I impressed him because I knew who Lily Pons. I said, she doesn't sing like Lily Pons and all this other stuff and things. So anyways, because, I was always studying singers and stuff. But anyways, but we came to this concert hall. But a lot of this stuff was not here.
No, none of these. There's an opera house near
when
here,
I
too.
came,
Yeah.
No, I think the
other
opera house
things,
is,
yeah.
that's just a
Because they didn't used to, well, I think they did the opera in the same theater where
the
the orchestra was. I think so. And the opera was only a
conducted
few.
when you were playing in Baltimore?
Massimo Faccia was the main conductor, and that was a long time ago. And then we had guest conductors. Franz Paul Decker was in Montreal. I don't remember who else.
Were you playing violin or viola?
No, viola. The funny thing was that
I thought for some reason you were playing violin.
my violin teacher's niece was a violist in the orchestra then. Isn't that interesting? Yes. So that was kind of nice.
the Beloff?
Yes, his niece, and I don't remember her name either, but I thought, isn't that a small world? Music world's a small world.
Yes, no, we all know that. So we are here to see Marin Alsop, who is the first woman lead conductor.
Well,
What do you call her?
Yeah, she's the conductor of a major
the
symphony
music director?
orchestra. Yeah, music director.
Well, sometimes you have a music director
Yes.
who's not necessarily the conductor.
She's both.
So we're going to see her, and they're going to do Cezanne number 3, the big organ concerto.
Which
Organ. Might as well
symphony.
be.
It's a symphony.
Yeah, it's a symphony. But
There are very few written
since you're
with
an
organ
organ
in it.
woman,
Yes,
you're
I
all
like
excited
the organ.
about that.
And I've heard it in a few different halls. And symphony orchestra halls always have organs in them, but they're not used very often. Well, there's very
Well,
little
the one
written
that
for
the
them.
National
Only.
Symphony has, plus they have seating behind. the
Yes, a
National
lot of them
Symphony.
do that
This one
too.
doesn't have.
No. But
That's a
it's
nice
only
hall.
with big choral groups that you would use an organ most of the time. It's just not very often. So that's what's unique about this symphony because I don't know if he was an organist or not. But anyway, yeah.
I think it was.
And So at that time, they were writing more organ music. It was
Seems
in
like a lot of those
France.
Parisian French composers.
They all were
organ.
organists. Franck was an organist. Who else? I
Vidor.
don't know.
Vidor.
Oh yes, Vidor, yes.
All those
But I don't know what they wrote.
Paris.
They had the nice Notre Dame. They had the big organs and
Well, plus, I'll look at all the giant basilicas or whatever you call them in France. They're all huge, and they all have big organs. What's that one that's outside of Paris that we stopped at? The famous one with the windows. When we were driving around France, and we went to that church.
Chartres.
Chartres.
Yes.
That's a pretty huge cathedral
Yes,
too,
it is.
with
Very
a big organ. So yes, it's understandable that the French composers played organ and composed.
They wrote for them, yes.
And wrote a symphony about it too. So we were going to talk a little. First of all, I think it's cool that Marin Alsop is here. We went to concerts in her first season, which was last year.
Yes.
And the orchestra, well, interesting. So we went to a concert at the Baltimore Symphony about three years ago, maybe, when they had Yuri Tamirnikov, I think his name is Tamirkanov. I think it's Tamirkanov. He was doing a concert, and I brought you for your birthday because they had a singer. They were doing the Kindertotenlieder, and they did Mahler first or something.
Possible.
And they had the Siberian baritone, real famous one. What's his name? Oh my God!
So Borisov.
Yes, Dmitri Boriskovsky. He sang the Kindertotenlieder. He was really good. The orchestra was not.
Yes, they were.
And we commented about that. Well, they didn't start together. They just, the whole thing was a big mess. So then we went to you got tickets.
Right, because they had a wonderful deal where they had for $25 you could get a ticket because they got a grant and they wanted to get people interested in it, and it worked.
It worked.
The auditorium
We had
full
tickets,
all the
and
time.
we sat, unfortunately, was wait in the second row
Pretty strange.
by
You
the
sit so
cellos.
close.
It was a little.
It's like
thank
being
God it
in
was
the
by
orchestra.
violin, so that would have been annoying. But anyways, we did see a few concerts, and the orchestra was getting better and better. And then we came back in the fall here. We're in February now. But in the fall, we saw some concerts, and the orchestra is really getting to be top-notch. She is just really getting them to play, digging better, and they're really playing together as an ensemble,
yes, it's
which
right.
is a huge
That's
difference because previously they were not. Even I could hear that with my lousy musical ears. And now, I think they are tons better than the National Symphony. The National Symphony is okay, but they...
Well, I had to cough.
Fine. But I don't think that they play as well.
No, well, they're kind of between conductors, and they haven't had a really
Slatkin was
forceful
there
conductor.
for years and years and
Well,
years.
he doesn't. She has, she's a teacher. I mean, she loves to talk about
she does.
music.
And she talks before
and
concerts or during
or
concerts.
after. We heard her
Yeah, she
after
came
answering
out after.
questions, and she really.
She's a good people person too.
Yes, she is, and so she really gets the people, the orchestra people, working